Alright everybody, welcome back. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are all keeping well. Continue to pray for you guys that the Lord is taking you deeper and deeper in your walk with Him, and that as time goes by you are becoming more and more one with Him as well. That to say, I've got an exciting one today for you, and the reason why I think it's exciting is because it was exciting to me when I thought about it. So I'm going to share it with you because I believe it was something that the Lord spoke to me, and now I'm going to share it with you. So here we go. What it is that I wanted to talk about today was when Jesus fed the multitude of people with the bread and the fish. One of the times that Jesus did this, one out of the two, there was a young boy that had a few loaves and a few small fish. And Jesus took from that, and that was what He used to multiply the food and then feed everybody from what that boy had. And so now, here's what I was thinking, because they were in kind of a deserted place, right? There obviously wasn't food around. There weren't places to go out and buy this food. So I'm thinking that a lot of these people that were there were hungry already. That was why Jesus multiplied all of this food. But imagine if you are in this position as the little boy. Imagine you've journeyed with your parents. You've basically left your home. You're following this guy everywhere, Jesus, listening to Him teach, watching Him heal people. You're on the move. Your feet are probably very tired from having followed Him around. You're probably missing your home. And you're almost certainly very hungry. Now, we don't know if He ate before the disciples took the food that He had. However, I think it's pretty safe to assume that He was hungry at the time that the disciples took the last of what He had. So imagine you're in that position. Imagine you have something that's valuable to you, and it would be very valuable in that moment. Jesus' disciples come to you and ask you for what you have. And I mean, the scripture doesn't say anything about how willingly or unwillingly He was, but it doesn't make mention of that. It seems like He gave up that food very quickly, very easily. And so my first thought about this is, when God asks us for something, right, how quick are we to give that over to Him? If He asks us for our time, for our money, if He asks us to start something, or to work away on something relating to His kingdom, how quick are we to build that into what we're doing on a daily basis? How quick are we to say, yes, Lord, here, take my time. Yes, Lord, take my finances. Please do with it what you will so that I can expand your kingdom. Or are we of the opposite mindset where we have a hard time giving those things over to Him? We have a hard time changing our lives to spend time with Him. We have a hard time building up treasures for the kingdom of heaven with regards to doing work for Him and using our resources for Him. We have a difficult time forsaking our comfortable lifestyle to do what He's asking us to do, right? Which one are we? Do we respond like that boy and just willingly surrender everything that we have to Him? Or are we of the other mindset where we don't do it willingly, where it takes us a longer time, right? And so obviously I would, looking at myself as well, I would encourage us all to be like that boy. Lord, what can you take of mine that I can give to you willingly so that you can have it and do with it what you will? Now, my second thought is, look what happened after that boy gave Jesus the fish and the bread. Okay? This is amazing. So the boy gives everything that he has to Jesus, all of his food, okay? Everything that he was planning on having himself. And probably thinking that he's not gonna get anything, right? Probably thinking that that's the last he's ever seen. Probably thinking that it's gonna go to the disciples, or it's gonna go to Jesus, or it's gonna go to the adults, right? Because they're also very hungry too. He's probably thinking that's the last he's ever seen of that food that He's just given to the disciples. Now, what happens after that? Jesus takes what is his and multiplies it, and out of nothing creates something, and creates it in abundance. So not only was that boy able to be filled with that food that Jesus had multiplied, but everyone took as much as they desired. So they not only had a little, but they had a lot. They were full. Every single one of those people was full. Why? Because that boy gave everything that he had to Jesus, who was then able to take and multiply what he had to give and to share with other people. And so my thought on that is we don't have a clue the extent of what God is doing with what we're giving him, with our time, with our resources, with the fact that we're continually praying for people, believing for them to be saved. God will take what we have and multiply it and turn it into something that we could have never done by ourselves. And so that's my encouragement to you, is just when God is asking you to do something, it is probably so much bigger than you realize. There's probably so much more that's going to come from it than you're going to see, until we get to heaven and meet him. I bet you he's going to be saying to us, remember when you gave that money to that person. Remember when you helped that homeless person. Remember when you continued to pray for your loved one. These people are all in heaven now because of the increase that I was able to bring from the seed that you sowed when you were doing those things. So I personally think that's pretty amazing. It was a huge encouragement to me. I hope the same for you guys as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you have anything to say. I do read them, and I do continue to pray for everybody that watches these videos. Bless you guys. I will see you soon.